shirt. Your blouse, I should say, not a shirt. This is a shirt. That's a blouse. Paul's wearing a shirt. You're wearing a blouse.
We
Women with
live.
blouses.
We
We
live.
live? Oh, we
Yes,
live? Oh
we are.
man,
Yes.
We
glad
are
you warned
live,
me.
and Kevin is early. So
Yes.
For once. For once.
what's up, everybody?
So man, got my wine to celebrate.
Kevin got his wine. You got that portable blender, that thing that sounded like a
No, he got
chainsaw?
wine tonight.
I have my portable blend. It's actually clogged up. I got to clean it out, man. So
Yeah. Kevin had a portable blender. I have never seen that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine. But yeah, I got a little drink too. I had to have a drink for this episode.
Oh, I feel left out. I'm the only one that doesn't have a drink.
well, I'm gonna get you a portable blender, Tess, since you asked. And Carl, I'm gonna get you one too. You know why?
Why?
Because it's all about health for us, and those things do keep you healthy, man. So I'm gonna make sure next time I see you two, I'm gonna have portable blenders for both of them. Now we still have Flipper Corn who's picking up that expensive bill. No, I got you. I got the bill. I got the bill on the next lunch that we have, and also I'm gonna bring you guys portable blenders because you both need portable blenders in your life. Now we gotta get them foods to sponsor us. Okay.
All right, here we go. So today we're gonna talk about. Tiffany brought this to our attention. There was a mom and a son at a restaurant in Chicago, and well, here's the video.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carlisha, C-A-R.
First, let's do how we got to that point. How did we get to that point?
Murder charges against a mother and her 14-year-old son have been dropped.
Get your food! Who? Get in the car? Who? Nay. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
The man later died from his injuries. A state attorney's office says they moved to dismiss the charges due to emerging evidence.
I have to say, I'd have shot him if that was my mother and I had a gun.
Wait a minute.
Nay. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and follow this page. This is my backup page to Millennial News. TikTok banned me for literally no reason, and they've already said that they reestablished the content that got me banned, yet the ban hasn't come off, so I'm waiting for them to respond on my main page. But follow this page, it's gonna be my backup page. And so here we have this man and this woman. They're at like a hot dog stand or something like that, and it's on the south side of Chicago. The man in white, you can see him on film. He's arguing with the lady with the striped dress on, and in the argument he tells her, you know, you need to shut your mouth. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna knock you out. And he doesn't say it like that at all. So check out the video. It's in my link. It's on my YouTube page, the full video of what, you know, was released from the person, the bystander that was there. It's very violent, but long story short, as this argument's going down, the woman is texting her son to get the gun, and basically he brings the gun back, and she's telling him to shoot the man. I don't hear him saying this is what bystander said happened, but on the video, all you hear a shot rang out. I don't hear the woman saying anything. You see them tussling, or the man is attacking, you know, this woman, and her son comes from wherever with the gun and shoots the man. He shoots him twice, and the mom, from the witnesses, is saying that the mom was telling him to shoot the man some more. And then she told him to shoot his girlfriend that I guess he was there with, and the little boy wouldn't do it. And then the mom and the son got into a car and left. Her name is Carlisha Hood. She has been arrested, like I said, and her son, they both have been arrested. Drop a comment on who you think is at fault. And I just feel like the man was too comfortable hitting her. And, you know, she wasn't really the aggressor. She was just talking. You know, she was exercising her First Amendment right, and he didn't like it. He talking about, you need to shut your mouth. I'm going to knock you out. And, you know, he took some clean swings on her, and he still didn't end up knocking her out. But drop a comment on what you think, and take a look at the video before dropping a comment. You know, you need to see what is going on. And share this video as well as follow this new channel. Peace out.
Get your food! Get your food! Who? Get in the car? Who? Nay. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Watching that video is very sad. Reading the article is very sad. This whole situation is just sad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carlisha, Carlishia. Last name is Hood, Hood. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support for me and my family. On June 18th of this year, my life changed. My son's life changed. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, never. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then arrested. I am thankful that the Cook County State's Attorney dismissed the case. I am also thankful to have my son with me and by my side, and also his charges being dismissed. I thank my family for supporting me and the people all over the world. The people did not play. And I just thank God everything was revealed. And just everybody who has been praying and rooting for us, I just thank God for them. That did not go unnoticed. You are all not forgotten. And we are praying for all the families affected by this horrible tragedy. I am now in the process of healing and putting my family's life back together. During this trying time, we ask if, we could please have space to rest and recover from this life-altering situation. And that you all continue to keep us in your prayers. In the near future, I will be able to respond to outpouring of support. Again, I just need a little time to heal and to just get my life back with my baby. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. That's it.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
What's up?
This is fair use, educational purposes. This is our opinions, no one else's. That's it.
Thank you, Tiffany. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we go live every Sunday, 7 p.m. Tiffany, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one because you brought this to our attention. And I already said what I said. If that was my mama and I had a gun, I'd have shot that guy. I'd still be shooting him all because the way he went in on that woman, I mean, it's a reflex reaction to see somebody beating on your mama like that, But some people are saying, where did the kid get the gun from? Yeah, that's a whole nother topic, but go ahead, Tiffany.
So, why I really wanted to talk about this happened about a couple of weeks ago. Only reason why I didn't want us to talk about it because I'm a true believer. We need to get out all the information first. We should not talk about something that we do not have facts on, or we don't really know what was going on. We just saw this video just going around and never figured out. I sat and saw so many bloggers, and y'all call yourself journalists. We have to get the right information before we judge anybody. You should have heard how they called her a mad black woman. How dare she put her son in a situation like this? Why the hell is she out at that time of night? And I mean, it to go on and on, and on top of that, the media lied. The media lied. The district attorney, all of them lied to get likes and clicks and for people to view, to assassinate their character. And that's why she's also suing for this. She says she never told her son to go in the car or go text him and go get no gun. She said, why would I put my son in a situation like that? And also, she said, if you listen to the video, she told her son to go back in the car because he heard the commotion. He heard the man getting very loud and rowdy. And what that does, y'all men, that's an instinct. You're going to get up and you're going to move because your mother is up in there. Let me go find out what's going on. You can be any type of age. You feel like your mother is in distress, you're going to move. And that's what he did. He got up. He heard his mother in distress. As soon as he came to the door, she told him to go to the car. And then you heard the man say, what you said, go to the car? You said you better shut up. And not one time did you hear her scream at him. Did you see her get crazy? Did y'all see any of? You didn't see any of that. She was trying to explain to him whatever that system is, that chicken spot or something is a system on how they do things. I don't know what kind of system, but she did not call for getting hit or abused. Now, for her son, we salute him. You understand? We got to pray for him too, because now he got a body on his hand. Okay, he has to deal with that he had to take somebody's life, but by any means necessary. And like you said, if you was in that position, anybody was in that position, we're going to protect our mother. We're going to make sure that she's taken care of by any means necessary. And why they dropped the charges is because another young lady had her video. Now, if you see the video where it's straight ahead, remember it's different videos. Right. She's straight ahead. She was standing right there. She said when she saw him, this is the young lady, we salute her too. I don't have her names. I don't want to put people's names out there. But she was another young lady that was there that night. And she said she saw him and she knew that she couldn't say anything because he probably would have slapped her. And then everybody was like, it was other men there. Yes, it was other men there, but they were seniors. They were 60 and 70 years old. That's why when you saw them run, they started running. They started getting out of there. But also, what about the person that was cooking behind the scene? He could have said something also. He could have been said, listen, can you calm this down? This is an eatery. But I'm telling you, it was nothing that you can tell this young man. He was ready to go to his grandmother. God bless his soul. He learned the lesson that day. And I hope it was a lesson for all people. Don't be putting your hands on nobody, okay? You don't know who is watching or protecting over them. And it's like I said to these journalists, please get y'all information straight. Don't put out something and assassinate people's character. Imagine all the information that has been fed to us on the news that has lied to us and we ran with it. And we assassinated people's characters like that. If we're going to be journalists, we need to do it and do it right and make sure we say the right thing that went on, not something to get likes and clicks. I'm finished. I'm sorry.
That's your mama? Is that guy?
First of all, I don't own a gun.
Yeah.
But if somebody punched my mother like that in front of me, or even if I heard about it,
yeah,
I would find a way to kill him. And he would definitely be on his way to the morgue. I hate to say it like that, but you punch my mother like that, you in big trouble.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would have no regret about what happens after that. You know, come arrest me. You punch my mother like that, especially if I'm watching, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I don't care how big you are. I don't care how mean you are. I'm gonna find a way to take you out. End of story.
I mean, he's arguing with a woman, and the way he's balling up his fists, like he's getting ready to put everything he's got into that punch.
And the bigger picture, then, Carl, is that, how do I put this, man? The bigger picture is that we lost respect for our elders. I mean, because she's a woman, First
Right.
of all, we lost respect for women, period. And because I don't know, that wouldn't have happened probably in the '60s. I'm just saying, I don't know. I know we have spousal abuse that's probably been around for 100 years. So I'm just saying, just most men probably back in those days wouldn't have hit a woman with his closed fist like that, in a public place. I think it's a generational thing too that's happening here, man. I hate to keep picking on the new generation, but that's what I see, bro. That's what I feel. It's a
It's like a
generational thing.
dysfunction.
Well, I think a lot of it had to do with, like, yeah, I'm gonna say it. If you don't like it, tough. A lot to do with rap music, disrespecting women.
Mm-hmm.
Rap music disrespects women. I listen to rap music. I mean, I don't listen to today's new rap, but even the old rap, even Biggie, talking about had a lyric where he talked about hitting a woman, you know, for stealing his stash. So my point is that it's been in our music for a few decades now that it's okay to disrespect black women. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that dude that hit that woman doesn't listen to Sammy Davis Jr. You know,
No.
I'm sure he listens to rap music. I'm sure that. So rap music, yeah, puts us in a position where we disrespect our women, especially newer generation. And I think that has a lot to do with it. It's sad.
Because she wasn't even like yelling in it. She was just talking. She was
Yeah.
just talking.
Yeah,
She wasn't
exactly.
in his face. She wasn't pointing a finger in his face. She
Nothing.
wasn't cussing at him. She wasn't cussing at him. She wasn't, But he got so aggressive. I'm curious to like what got him so aggressive that he was ready to hit her. What happened? Like what? I mean, is he just that kind of guy? Maybe.
I think I heard you say something out where he got the gun. His mother is licensed to carry.
Right.
The gun was probably in the car. So he must have thought on
right
instinct, because if you look at him when he shot, it took him a minute to get the gun out.
You can see he was frantic. He was like,
right, because he didn't. I mean, this man just started punching.
Yeah.
His mother, after his mother told him to go in the car. But if you listen to it, go in the car. She was like, "What you mean go in the car? What you mean go in the car?" You understand? He just bugged out. Listen, again. Do you know they had T-shirts at his funeral, the Knockout King? Like,
what?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is what I'm saying.
Are you serious?
Yes. The girls had a poster board of him. They was twerking on the board and stuff. It was just a lot. Let me tell you something. They should have had a just nice private funeral, because it was so public on what he did. What he did was wrong. And he had 2 daughters. He had twin daughters. Like, that's how you know that something was wrong with him. I'm telling you, I think it was drugs. He looked like he was on drugs, because it was just something. Because why would he step off? She wasn't screaming at him. She was just trying to talk to him, and he just hauls off and hit her. And then the girl was in the back, like, I told you so. His girlfriend, you got to really listen. His girl was there. Yes.
And that goes back to my point. Like I was saying, they're celebrating this dude on his side, his friends and family are celebrating him punching a woman over really nothing.
And other stuff
while he's laying in a coffin. He's laying in a coffin about to be buried, and they're celebrating his violence. Like Knockout King, like
it's very sad and very toxic. And let me tell you something. They said where there's death, there's rebirth, there's life. And I hope that this is a message to young men. Please keep your hand off of people's mothers, okay? Don't touch nobody. Don't hit nobody. Please think before you do. Because I'm going to be honest with you. You hit my mother, I don't have a problem with going to jail. They were like, why are you in jail? Because somebody hit my mother and I knocked them the fuck out, or I shot their ass.
But Tiffany, it's not even, he didn't push her. He didn't get off of me, get out of my face. he went in on her like he was friggin' fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah, like he was fighting. No, he wouldn't. If Mike Tyson was there, he wouldn't have did that. That's another think about that. It was nothing but elders in there and ladies in there. He would not there. Excuse me. He would not have did it. It was a real man in there. You really think so? You really think he would have pulled that while y'all was sitting up there? Come on. Y'all not going to sit there and allow some man to pounce on a woman like that. But then you also have people that will walk right away from it, that won't even say a daggone thing.
Yeah. Let me check this out again.
Get your food! Who? Get in the car? Who? Talking about Nate. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Talking about what? Say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Oh, yeah. That's just crazy. Like, how could you not shoot somebody that's hitting your mom like that? How could you not?
And he couldn't fight him.
No.
He couldn't fight him. So he thought on his feet. And they said the way Chicago is, you have to be like that. You have to be like that. Like I heard one blogger say, well, she's a woman. What is she doing out there in the street with her son getting something to eat at 11 o'clock at night? How about if somebody want to get something to eat? There's nothing wrong with that.
What does that have to do with anything?
Her because of that.
That's like saying it's okay to rape a girl because she had on a short miniskirt, right?
Right. You cannot
same
do
shit.
that.
Yeah, you can't use that as sorry excuse.
That's a sorry excuse. And then what just made me more mad is because of the media and how the media made her as a mad black woman. A mad black woman that told her son to do this. She did not tell him to do that. And he's a very smart young man. The young man just graduated from junior high school. He's on his way to high school. They had to let them off because they saw the other video. And if it wasn't for that girl, she said she had to bring the video. She said because she saw that they locked them up and then charged them with murder. She said she had to show the other tape. And that's what got them off, by her video showing what really happened.
I wonder how it all started. I heard somebody said that she cut the line or something like that. That's
how can she cut the line?
I don't know.
She was standing right there.
She
was standing right there for a second. If you look at the video, she was standing right there. She didn't cut no line.
But regardless, though, the way he went in on that woman, I mean,
even cutting the line, you know, doesn't.
I would shot him, stabbed something, baseball bat upside his head, but the way he went in. You know what I mean? How about just walk away? Just walk away. Just, you know.
Right. And they was saying that about her. Why the mammy didn't walk away? And you looking at people like, you can't believe that these are podcasters that talk about what is going on in today's society. I was so disappointed this weekend seeing how so many people took this and ran with it and never thought about this mother's feelings. Never thought about how her son has to deal with taking somebody's life. They in Chicago, one of the top racist states, dealing with the law system. It's just a lot. Now she got to sue them because she felt like they disrespect her and they locked her up and didn't get the information first. You understand? So it's just a sad situation. And we pray for her family. And God bless the young man's soul. But I'm sorry, he had to have his wake-up call. He wanted to go to grandma. He went to grandma. Grandma said, come on, let's go because you're doing too much.
You think if that was a white woman, he would have punched her like that?
No, he wouldn't have punched her like that. We're not trained to attack white people like that. We're not trained to do that. We are trained, and like he said, through the music, through the way society is, the way people were growing up, that they would train like this to disrespect us. But they don't understand. Regardless to what, if it wasn't for us, nobody would be here. Nobody will be here. We need women, and you cannot abuse a woman. She did not call for that ass whooping. I'm sorry. She didn't, but he called for that going to glory.
Yeah. Miss B from YouTube said he was in the car. She sent a text. So
the mother said herself. That's another reason why they let her out, because that was false.
Okay.
If she would have sent the text, you think that really they would have been out? Think about it.
But if she's licensed to carry a gun, in the state of Illinois or Chicago or wherever. And she didn't have it on her person, but she needed it because somebody was brutally attacking her. So what if she texts her son? I mean,
Yeah, bring my gun. She could have said, "Bring my gun. I'll help."
Bring my gun. This guy's beating the living shit out
But
of me.
how about if she didn't do that? Did you see her tell him to go to the car?
Right. I don't think she did. I'm just saying, even if she
I don't
did,
think she did either. And she said it. She said she didn't tell her son to do that. He heard his mother. He heard his mother in distress with this man screaming, "I'm gonna punch you in your face."
we're never up. We're not enough upset at. And I hate to use this word because this is what the right uses against us, but we're never that upset against black on black crime, and that's a problem. And I hate using that term, but it's so much black on black crime, and I don't think we as a people is that upset about it. Like we are on this show are
As you
very
see,
upset
I'm
about
very
it.
upset about it.
But like Tiff said, watching all the blogs and stuff on TikTok and other places, YouTube, whatever, it seems like they're siding with the brother that punched the lady.
Yeah,
Like,
yes,
that's disturbing. Like this is my first time seeing this, and when Tiff, you called me this morning, it was my first time hearing about it.
Yeah,
like,
because I was ready to fight.
and I'm a news junkie and didn't even know about this, but and I missed it. But so thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing though to see this, and we should be outraged that a black man punched a woman, a mom like that, because all of us, especially everybody that's siding with this guy, this now deceased guy, everybody that's siding with him, Tiff, if he punched their mother, everybody siding with him would be pissed. Right?
Right. No, you're right.
Pissed. But now, because it wasn't their mother, it's okay. Well, she deserved it. Well, she did something, to piss him off. She texted her son to go get the gun. I mean, all this.
But that was the fake was the fake narrative that they was giving everybody, right. And that started from the media, especially in Chicago, the Attorney General, because she came out and said he texted and all of that, and then they had to, and they won't say sorry afterwards. After they done assassinated your character, they're not going to say sorry. Oh, we just set them free. But why you didn't set them free and say that those things was false? They're not going to do that. So that's why they said that they were suing. But it's just sad because you're 100% right. I'm mad because yes, it was black on black. I don't like that. I don't like no killing of no human being. You understand what I'm saying? And what seeing that just triggered me, like, for real. Nobody is going to allow their mother to be abused. We need more information before we go out there and listen to what the media. My friend killed herself because of the media. Because the media portrayed him as a monster and they never portrayed him as what he really was. And he said it in his suicide note. He said, I'm more hurt because the media made me a monster and did not say anything that I did. I served 4 tours in Iraq. I'm a single father and I'm about to be a correction officer. They never said none of those things, but they assassinated his character. So we got to be careful with this media. You can't believe everything. Use your common sense.
Yeah, Shanair, you guys, Shanair, remember she was a guest on our show, the therapist, Kevin's friend.
Yes.
Yeah, she made a great point. She says, hey, Shanaira, we're definitely going to have you back on the show. Just wanted you to know that. She said she was punched, how much time, and the rate would she actually have after being punched to be cognizant enough to take a phone out, unlock the phone, and text her son. Yeah, the way he went in on her, how could she have enough time or be to pull out a phone, probably got to swipe, all that stuff, Why not just run outside? She could have ran outside, get my gun or something,
Yes, people would do anything for a story or to assassinate Black people's character, especially on the media. I never thought that she put her son in a position like that. My sister have sons, so you can see them. If they mother feel distressed, you can see them. They chest stand up. It's a young man, a man thing. You want to always protect your family, especially your mama.
Yeah. I mean, there's two things. When you see your mom or your kids get injured or hurt or
You're on point. Yeah.
it's a feeling that you can't even you know what I mean? You can't even express, you know, to see
Yeah.
somebody
Well,
do something to your mom or even see your mom cry. You know how you feel when you see your mom crying, you know, you feel it when you see your mom crying. And to
Yes.
see some guy, you know, you can tell when the kid was trying to get the gun out, you can tell that the guy was really going in on her because he was trying to do something to help his mom. So he's fidgeting.
he did the right thing.
Yeah, he's trying to get the gun out.
And I'm very proud of him. I'm
He shouldn't have no guilt. I mean, he
very
probably gonna need
proud
some
of him.
counseling or something like that, but I don't think he should have any guilt for doing what he did. I mean, like Tim said, he got a body on him now, but that's not the way I look at it personally. I look at he had to do what he had to do. If a guy breaking my house at 3 a.m. in the morning, I gotta protect my family. I gotta protect my family inside my house. That's my job. You know, and I won't feel guilty the next morning when the police is taking that person out in a body bag. I did what I had to do to protect my family. So he should have no guilt. I guess, you know, spiritually, you might have to deal with something taking a life, I guess.
Mhm.
Never taken a life, so I wouldn't know that. But yeah, if you punch my mother like that,
Rockabye
you definitely
baby.
getting a ride in a hearse. No, that is not even a joke.
And I'm sure that's not the first person he did that to. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to
No.
say, Carl. That's what I was going to say, that if that was a black man hitting a white woman, first thing the media would do was go and assassinate that black man's character. They'd find everything he did bad in his life and post it. They will find out if he's been arrested for domestic violence before, right? They'll find out if he had a drug problem. They'll find out if he's been arrested 15 times, if he had any priors or a felony or anything. So the guy that punched that woman, if that was a white woman he would have punched, they'd have locked his ass up, and then he would have found out everything bad about him. And then they'd put out in the media that this guy was no angel. But because he punched a black woman, they make the black woman the victim. They don't even victimize this guy. And then his people are celebrating him. They should be mourning that he's dead. But they're turning him into a hero, making
They
t-shirts,
they
calling him the knockout king.
t-shirts, turn up, twerking. It's I pray for all of them,
And
and I'm
knock
just
out Mike Tyson and then call yourself the knockout king.
well, it's too late. He's already knocked out. But we want to say send our blessings and to the family, to the Hood family, and healing, because they're gonna need healing after that, because they became instant celebrities overnight. Okay. Just because of this, a lot of people, I think Nicki Minaj offered to pay for his college already. People are, trying to help out and stuff. So I just pray for them to have balance and have the right people, places, and things around them to be able to help him prosper, because he's 14. He's still young. He's a young man.
Didn't Malcolm X say the black woman is the most disrespected?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And y'all need us. Y'all need us. Y'all love our hot apple pie.
I mean, doesn't that guy have a mom? Does he have sister? Does he have aunt?
He has a mom. He has sisters. She has two. He has daughters. He has a daughter. Yeah, I said, something was wrong with him. He had to be either on drugs or he was mentally unstable for him to show out like that. And it went viral, and the truth came out.
I think just disrespectful. That's what I think he was. Just disrespectful, arrogant Negro.
Yeah, you do stupid things. As Willie D said, you pick up stupid prizes, deadly prizes. So think before you hit somebody. Think before you click those buttons. Think before you shoot. Think before you do that stuff, because you have consequences. You understand? And then, like you said, I will go to jail proudly with my head up if I had to take a little down if he hit my mother across her damn face for nothing. I'll dare you.
Oh, and can I say something real quick? I want to bring this up. We talked about this on our show a few weeks ago. Speaking of violence against black women, The Florida woman, the white Florida woman who shot the lady through the door, shot the
Yes.
black sister through the door and killed her in front of her kid,
Yeah.
won't face murder charges. The prosecution,
Yeah,
she
she's
won't
gonna do
face murder charges.
manslaughter, right?
Yeah. I don't even is it manslaughter charges? I don't even think it's manslaughter charges. Let me find out. But I know
Yeah,
she won't face murder.
I think they changed it from murder to manslaughter or something like that. Don't get me twisted. I don't know nothing about that daggone law stuff. It's not for us anyway.
Yeah, well, manslaughter is a lesser charge,
Right.
and it's an easy. What the prosecutor would tell you is an easier charge to convict. It's harder to get a murder charge than a manslaughter charge. It's also lesser time in jail, so she should probably won't do as much time in jail for the murder, for
Yeah.
actual murder. You know, if it's a manslaughter, she might get out on good behavior in 7 or 8 years compared to murder, where she had to do probably 20 or something like that before they even started looking to let you out, if they let you out, you know. So it's a lesser charge, it's lesser time in jail. It's easier for the prosecutor to get a conviction. It's also easier for the defense to get a acquittal. So it's a
Yeah.
catch 22.
Yeah, the
You
system
know.
works for her white ass.
Thank
Okay,
you.
the system is working for her, but this
It
is
absolutely
also
is.
a message to people, black people. I don't care what people. Don't be going to people's houses. Okay, if you got some type of conflict with them, especially them Karens, you need to call the police first. Okay, you call the police first, and then you come because you fear for your life. I'm not rolling up on no Karen's front door. Okay, especially if she broke my son's iPad. That means she's crazy and she does not care. So my people, please do not pull up on those people. They're crazy. They're crazy, and they will shoot and then be like, I felt scared and intimidated. I thought she was gonna hurt me.
I was just about to say that they know these type of white people. They know that the police fear black people, and they know there's a fear of black people, so they use that. You know, they know when the police show up and they shed some tears that the police is going to go, oh, did the big black person hurt you? Oh, did the big black person scare you? And you know what I mean? And the police are going to be on their side. They know that. You know.
Now we need to be like, oh my God, I feel scared. That's what they need to do.
But even when we cry, our tears still. Let me show. Now since we're talking about tears, I don't know if you've ever seen this video, Tiffany, but check this video.
I'm unmoved by white tears. Most of us are unmoved by white tears because we don't actually think they're real. It's a performance. It's a switch that you turn on because you know that we have been socialized to see you as more human and of more value. So whatever it is you think and whatever it is you feel, we are supposed to respond to it. Y'all don't respond to black women crying the same way. Nobody does. Nobody does. The minute a white woman cries, the world has to stop. Oh my God, what's wrong with you, baby? Black women cry, we could be rolling around on the ground screaming. And you are moved because you've been socialized not to see us as human beings. Fuck. Our tears don't matter to you, but a white woman, and y'all know that shit. That's why I'm not here for the fragility. You know that. And so you very deliberately turn the shit on as a way to avoid accountability.
Yep.
Purposefully. That's not fragility. That's manipulation. That's strategic. That's diabolical. That's not fragility. And so this notion of white fragility is supposed to tell us what? We're supposed to let you off the hook because you can't handle it? No, you don't want to. And every time we hold your feet to the fire, all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You didn't have to know. And now that I'm trying to make you know, you want to cry so we can end the conversation. This is how you run away. So how do I hold you accountable if you're all up in your feelings? How come I don't get to be in my feelings? I'm sitting here telling you about generations of your people, your ancestors killing mine. How come I don't get to turn tears on and move you? Sounds like I should be the one crying, no? Sounds like those tears should be mine. Sounds like the fragility might be mine, but no, I gotta be strong. Look at me. I gotta sit here and this is the thing that really pisses me off. In your tears, you now expect me to hold your hand and rub your back and make you feel better because you're crying. Again, you're centered. Your experiences are more important than mine. That shit is diabolical. I'm not here for it.
Real talk.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I heard her before, but I didn't get to get all of it, but I did hear her before. But she read them. They needed to be read.
Yeah.
Nobody is crying. Nobody's worried about those white tears. I've been crying black tears for years. My ancestors been crying, and my great-great-grandmother's been crying, and everybody's been crying. We still crying and working right now.
Yeah. Well, Tiffany and Kevin, in case you guys haven't heard, racism is over in America. There's no more racism.
Yeah, let's have a drink to that. Drink to that. Yeah.
Oh, for real? I can't wait to use it.
There's no need for affirmative action anymore in the great United States of America. So
I guess next week we'll be talking about porn on this show instead of racism.
So the Supreme Court overturned however they overturned, shot down, disbanded, got rid of the affirmative action because we don't need it anymore. Black people can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. You know, the grounds are level. It's a plain level field. So why do we need affirmative action? And I'll play a couple of videos. Then we will come back and celebrate the fact that we no longer need affirmative action.
Kevin needs to explain to me. He needs to explain to me because I understand a little, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I know that it was put in place because they wasn't letting people of color come in. So once they put it in, they was only letting 10 in anyway. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, also,
let me show this video, Kev.
Okay.
White people and affirmative action. Let's talk about it. It is a known fact that white women have benefited the most from affirmative action. Yes, it's true. Go look it up. But of course, anything that seeks to correct the evil, white supremacist, systemic racism that still exists in our country and create equity for Black people is going to be under attack. This is why we can't just leave the past in the past and move on. This is why we can't heal from our past. Because instead of facing it, addressing it, admitting it, acknowledging it, and educating our children about it, and doing everything in your power to correct it, you do this. You go back and you try to undo and reverse the very few laws and policies that were put in place to correct the racial injustices and racial discrimination of the past that is still causing extreme harm and negative outcomes for Black and brown people today. You don't want us to heal. You don't want to make what's wrong right. You don't want to fix these messed up systems. You want to go back in time and reverse any and all progress that we have made as a way to say, hey, I know you thought that we cared about you and that we had changed, but we want you to know that we're here to continue the evil of our ancestors and maintain this false white supremacist racial hierarchy. And we will do everything in our power to oppress you, stop your financial and economic advancement, and prevent people from learning the truth and the facts about our history so that they don't gain any sort of empathy or a desire for equity for Black people every chance we get. But we're not racist, though. And if you call us racist, we'll just say that you're woke and creating division and living in the past because we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. And as we continue the lies and the hate and the discrimination, the dehumanization, criminalization, oppression, and marginalization of Black people for hundreds of years after it was supposed to be over, we know that we're winning when you lose. White people, if you think that you can sow evil and reap good, you are lying to yourself and you're in denial. You reap what you sow. So what are you sowing today? If you are not like your ancestors and the racist white people currently in positions of power who are wreaking havoc on our country and our world, like you say you are, show us. Do something. If you don't know what to do or how to do it or what to say or how to say it, you need to invest in anti-racism education today. Stop being a passive part of the problem and start becoming an active part of the solution. Get started today at the link on my profile.
I want to say something before you go, Kev. Should we really expect white people to be as upset or as passionate as we are about our issues?
Yes.
Do you think?
Because it affects us all. Racism is a cancer, man. It gets in your body and it eats you up, right? And it's a thing. Racism has been eating this country up to the point where racism is so sickening that they'd rather destroy the country before they share the country. I mean, that's how sick it is. Like they don't want to
That's that
share.
mentality.
They
That's
don't want
that
to share
energy.
with brown and black people, so they destroy it before they share. That's what January 6th was all about, you know.
But I mean, should we, as black people, expect white people to feel what we feel? You know what I mean?
No, we shouldn't expect them to feel because they don't feel
right
for us. They don't know what we go through. They don't know our ups and our downs because they don't care. To be honest with you, if you really listen to them, they like, didn't we give y'all free schooling? Didn't we give y'all free lunch and free housing? Why are y'all complaining for?
I can't even argue with you, Chip, because I stopped my Facebook battling with these fools a few years ago, but I got drawn back in on this topic this week, and I've been going at it with a few colleagues over this who posted some real disturbing BS, you know, and I had to lean in their ass, you know, because it hurts that people that you know are okay with this, you know.
Yo, you talking about your white friends?
Well, right, colleagues. I wouldn't call them my friends. I call them colleagues. You know.
Oh, excuse me, your white colleagues. I know they show they self when racist stuff start happening. Huh?
They do, but they work in my industry though. So you know, I don't control the industry. They work in the same industry I work in. They're comedians. They're bookers. They're promoters. They're agents. You know, they're people that's just So yeah, they're my colleagues in a sense. So yes, but they do show their racist card a lot, Tiff, when it comes to subjects like this. And it is disappointing that people you break bread with, travel with, work with, take these stances against your people. It is very disturbing and bothering. So yeah, man. So I mean, my whole thing, and I love that video you show called. She was right on point. But the bigger picture is these people are going for more. You know, the Roe versus Wade was overturned, right? Now they just overturned affirmative action. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that at this point they're going to go for the 1964 Civil Rights Bill eventually, because who's to stop them? Who's to stop them?
Well, it's the people that have to stop them.
Well,
the
people
have to stand up.
You know how many people are upset over Roe versus Wade? I would go ahead and say millions. You know how many people are upset about affirmative action? Millions. Nobody can stop those racist judges that are making these rules. That's the way our system's set up. Let me say this too, Tiff and Carl. Everybody who bitched and bitched about Hillary Clinton becoming president in this country and went and voted for Donald Trump, this is what you're getting. All these racist judges on the Supreme Court that are now rolling back all this stuff, Roe versus Wade, and all these other things that people have fought for years, like affirmative action, all this stuff. It's Donald Trump's judges that are turning this stuff over. He put these people. Hillary Clinton would have never placed these judges on the bench.
We don't know that. We don't know that. She is the slave master's wife.
She would have never She would have never put these judges on the bench, Tiff, because it's not part of her political upbringing.
We don't know that.
We do know that, Tiff.
I don't trust her. I'm sorry. I don't trust Hillary. Just, you don't understand it was so hard.
You not trusting Hillary and millions of other people not trusting Hillary is why we're having this conversation today, because Donald Trump, they trusted him and look what he did.
Cause he's an original. He's an original. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like his type of white because he let us know who he is. Where the other ones is sitting up there waving at us. You understand? Oh, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, and you looking at them like, for real, our color is not going to.
There's
Yo,
not a
listen, we can't
Democratic
trust none of them.
president. There hasn't been a Democratic president since in my lifetime, and I've been around since the '60s. That has, I mean, the Civil Rights Bill was signed by Lyndon B. Johnson, right? And everybody knows he's a racist. I ain't gonna
All
sit
of
here.
them are.
He's a racist. Well, they're wealthy white men, of course. You know, they
And
grew up in a different world than we do.
and
But
we finding out their ancestors were slave masters. Now they finding out almost all of their slave masters, and that's how they got their positions.
So Tiffany's point is Democrat or Republican, they're all the same.
I just
that's a
think they're
dangerous
mostly
point, though.
they not the same. They're cousins.
That's a dangerous point, though.
They're cousins.
That point gets us right where we are because they're cousins. Well, if they were cousins, we wouldn't even be having this conversation because we would never had affirmative action.
They work
Because the
together.
Republicans never gave it to us. Reagan never gave it to us. George Bush Sr. and Jr. never gave it to us.
Racist.
We have,
White.
and yes, they are. They are. I agree with you, but
Even Obama
laws were
white.
able to be passed to help Black people in this country under the Democratic watch. Whether we want to say that or not, it's the truth. It's the truth.
So Tiffany has the same mindset as Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. Give us a piece of land, let us go live there, and leave us alone because you don't want us around you. You know what I mean? Godfrey, you know what I mean? You know, we love Godfrey here on the show. Godfrey said the same thing,
Yeah.
you know?
And they're great points, but
they don't want us to work with them. They don't want, you know what I mean? Just cut their half or whatever. Give us the.
I agree. And Dr. King, later in his life, agreed the same thing. He said, I believe I may have sent my people into a burning bush, right? Because he thought he spent all of his energy to get us, you know, accepted into the white man's world, right? And then when he realized I made a mistake, and he said, I made a mistake, you know, I may have put my people into a burning bush. Him saying, maybe I shouldn't have worked so hard to get us bussed into white schools or able to sit at the same lunch counter with these people. They don't like us no matter what. So you're right.
When they did, you're right. And when they did all of that, what happened? All the Black schools closed down. All the Black businesses closed down. Yes, everything shut down because what? White water was better than Black water.
And you're 100% right. So we have no argument there. And Dr. King even he said the same thing, you know, because the bus boycott that he was behind actually shut down Black buses.
It shut it down. That
we were
they
so
had to
desperate to
change
get on the bus with the white men and not sit on the back of the bus that we had Black bus companies back then. And those Black bus companies went under because of that. So yeah, we made our civil rights
it was the money.
Leaders made a lot of mistakes back then, you know. Well, yeah, Black businesses, you know, I guess they were afraid. I don't know.
Yeah, they were afraid. You know,
the same thing like the Negro League. The Negro League, we fought so hard to end our baseball Negro League to go play with the white people, right?
And they was calling us all type of words.
But the Negro League was actually very popular among Black people. We were selling out little stadiums to go watch Negro players play. For some reason, they wanted to play with the white league. And to this day, I don't understand why.
I told you, white water is better.
That's the same reason why people would cherish a Grammy more than they cherish a Soul Train Award or a BET Award.
Oh, please don't talk about that. That BET
Well,
Award
you know
was
what?
ridiculous.
I think you're right. You're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, the same reason we cherish an Oscar over, you know,
because the white award is better. Yeah. They saying we accept you, and in actuality, we was like, no, we accept those dollars.
Yeah, and you can tell how we act when we get in, when they let us in. Look how we act. We act so.
Yeah, you marry a white woman or close to a white woman or a beard to cover up there. It's a whole set of things.
Let me show this Dr. Umar video. Tell me if you guys.
I love Dr. Umar.
Tell me if you agree with this.
Go down your social media feed. Does it look like Black America's in a crisis? Go down your YouTube. Does it look like Black America's in a crisis?
Right.
Go through your Twitter.
True.
Go in. If you did not know how racist America was, and you went to Black Twitter, Black Instagram, Black TikTok, Black
Nothing
YouTube,
important there.
could you tell?
No.
Don't it look like we live in the best times of our lives?
Absolutely.
Because Black people are like overgrown children. Slavery arrested our psychopolitical development. Slavery arrested our psychopolitical development. The slave system turned us into eternal children in this country. What do children do? They spend their money on the things that they like.
Right.
And they beg their parents for the things that they need. Is that not Black America? $2 billion on Air Jordans every year.
You're right.
$4 billion on liquor, $30 billion on hair and beauty, nearly $1 billion on chicken, turkey, beef, and pork, multiple billion on video games, multiple million on children's cologne. But half the Black boys in America in 4th grade can't read on their grade level.
That's a fact.
Half the Black boys in America in 8th grade can't read on their grade level.
Definitely.
But we spending $21 million on cologne. I don't excuse nothing another race does to my people. Because as a human being, you should be able to practice decency, whether you're dealing with a billionaire or somebody who's dead, broken, homeless on the street. You understand me?
Definitely.
But we have to look in the mirror too. And look at how we make it easy for people to disrespect us. Because how does a people in your condition have the time to engage in this type of tomfoolery over here?
Yeah.
If I'm Chinese looking at Black America, how do I make sense out of this?
Right.
Y'all can't care about yourselves. Because as much as you talk about reparations and as much as you talk about the next presidential election, look at the money you waste. Imagine a Korean walk into a Black community meeting on reparations. A Korean. And stand up and say, can I ask y'all a question? Why y'all in here arguing over reparations when y'all done turned my people into $1 trillion nation? Take $30 billion off y'all people a year. $30 billion a year. How much have we give the Koreans over the past 30 years? What's 30 billion times 30 years? And you talking about reparations? You see that? But Black people are in denial about our self-hate. I tell Black women all the time, if you would just stop hating the way God made you, you can take your $30 billion a year and build an independent school for every Black girl out here. You could stop child sex trafficking. Black women could wipe out child sex trafficking for Black girls by taking some of that $30 billion on here. But guess what? How I look is way more important than the condition of my people. Black men, same thing. We could take the $4 billion on liquor, the $2 billion on Air Jordans, the multiple billion we spend on vacations, all the money we spend on these damn non-Black women. We could take that money and build Black schools for Black boys all over.
Periana.
He's on point 100%. If I ever see that Bama online wearing some Air Jordans, I'm gonna find him.
I'm trying. I want Umar to come on this show so bad. Because I want to ask questions. But he keeps it real. We spend all our money on self-hate. I self-hate on everybody else. Not loving ourselves, not taking care of ourselves. We give them all our money. And you don't think that people from other countries laugh at us? And be like, look at y'all. Why y'all giving us all y'all money? Y'all so stupid. Thank you.
Yeah, like when he say, like you're in a childlike, like slavery has left us in a childlike state. And that resonate with me because I don't buy Air Jordans.
Me either. Until 1 p.m.
And I'll tell you why. Because I remember wearing a pair Air Jordans, and I didn't buy them because they were Air Jordans. I bought them because they were in a big box at a store. I mean, there was some kind of clearance or something, and it had a size 12, and I just grabbed them. But
damn,
I will be pumping, and big grown men will come up to me and go, "Yo, man, you got the new Air Jordans? You got this? Or you got this?" Is grown men talking about my shoes, like, and want to engage in a conversation, and I'm looking at like, "Hey, it's just shoes, man. Like, relax." You know what I mean?
I agree, man. Like I never owned a pair of Air Jordans either, for the record. I never buy expensive tennis shoes. I'm not going to spend $300, $500, or $1,000 on tennis shoes. It's not going to happen in my world. Yeah. I don't believe in it. With that being said, it made a Black man a billionaire.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we spend what type of phone you have, Carl? You have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone 8.
Okay, but you have an iPhone.
Yes.
So that money goes to a corporation that's not
Yeah.
black, right?
Right.
I have a $1,800 flip phone from
Yeah.
Samsung, you know, and this money never going to go to a black man, right? So Dr. Umar's right.
Yeah.
Those Jordan is a black man, you know, that's
Yeah.
a black business. Yes, Nike is the distributor of the shoes, but the last time I checked, Michael Jordan is an African American man born poor in North Carolina, and now he's a billionaire and one of the few black billionaires we have in this world, right? So we have to celebrate. It's not his fault that black people killed for his shoes, and they did. You know, I might go to the store and get jacked for my $1,800 phone if I'm not in the right place. You know, so my point is we can't. And I understand Umar, and I respect him. I like him a lot. I listen to his TikTok videos. Anytime I see Dr. Umar online, I listen to his videos on YouTube. The brother is deep, and I hope we get him on the show. He speaks the truth. But why aren't we celebrating? Why is Michael Jordan's shoes a problem when they made a black man a billionaire, which is that money is going to go to his kids who are black because his kids were, you know, with a black woman, right?
They're
Juanita.
$250. That's ridiculous. Now, what was your point, Carl?
My point, Kevin, was not about the shoe. My point is about grown black men getting excited about shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my point. I mean, you can wear all the more, but why you get so excited about shoes? I remember back in the day, I had it was an Infinity something, Infinity G20, like back in the, and this brother pulled up to me and he's like, "Yo, man, you got the Infinity GT. I got the GTS K45." Well, that dude is just why are we so into, you know what I mean?
Labels. The people are into labels. Right. And you're 100% right, because I bought one pair of Jordans, and only reason why I bought those one pair of Jordans in my whole entire life, but this is my first time, because I saw the Jordan documentary, and the mother and the father really pushed him to do this because they really wasn't doing this during that time, was making these sneakers, and especially for a black man. So I wanted to just do an honor to getting the sneakers. And let me tell you something, I spent over $200 for them, and I told my family to bury me with them shits, because let me tell you something, I'm not wearing them. They hurt my goddamn feet, okay? They hurt. I don't even know how they do that, how people wear them sneakers.
And my point also is to why I would love the brother to pull up to me, or even if I'm hanging out with a group of black men and somebody say, "Hey, you guys check out that stock went up or that stock went down." We don't talk stock. We don't talk, you know what I mean? We don't talk stock market. We don't we don't talk about stuff like that.
Because we're not taught to talk. We're not taught.
Right. You just said it
because there's no rapper talking about stocks in his, and you know, Biggie never talked about stocks in his music.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Tupac never talked about stocks in his music, right? Even the conscious rappers that you want to pull up, Chris or Public Enemy, they never talked about it either, you know.
No,
so,
but Jay-Z started. Jay-Z in his last album 444, he talked about it, you know.
Okay. But he's now Jay-Z's at another level now, because he's now officially a billionaire, and he's a businessman more than a rapper. But and I ain't mad at him. I'm just saying he spent years calling women bitches and hoes before he got to that conscious level, though, right, Tiff?
Yeah.
No, I think he was always conscious. I think he was just playing the game. That's the part of the shit. You got to know how to play the game. You understand what I'm saying? But listen, I will listen to him before I will listen to any of, and like you said, KRS-One and all of them, they never even talked about this. But our era is all about labels. Even when I wore my Jordans, the men recognized the Jordans before they recognized me. You're like, "Oh, you're wearing Jordans." I'm like, "What?"
That's funny.
You don't see nothing else. They know. no, the Jordans look good. I like the Jordans. And you like, yeah, I'm telling you, all of the, you know, God see me in the
Says you need
street,
to
they
wear some
don't
more
see
skimpy
nothing else. They
clothes.
see the Jordans.
You have a little more skimpy clothes
Yeah, so
on.
that's how you know people are very superficial.
Yeah.
You know, and they're looking at your sneakers or what you call it. As long as I'm clean, my ass is clean, and my shoes clean, I should have a problem. You shouldn't judge me because of my Jordans on my ass.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, you're right, Tim. We don't know any better, but like I said, these are still Jordan's still a black-owned business as far as I'm
He
concerned.
is, and I
Oh yeah, I
donated
mean,
it.
I have no issue, but I mean, like in the general public, among black people, we don't. I mean, like I could be hanging out with all.
But we're not the only group. Like 2 weeks ago, we did a show about guys, and we're all watching social media over the last few weeks. The number one topic on social media was these billionaires who spent $250,000 to go down in a sub that was made out of stuff out of Walmart, you know, and Home Depot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we picked on them for spending $250,000 to go see a ship that's been sitting at the bottom of the ocean for
No, they paid for
20
their
years.
death. That's what they did. So their family didn't have to bury them. They went straight to the water.
But my point is, Tiff, you're correct. But my point is, social media dragged those 5 people for spending $250,000 a
Yeah.
piece to go down and look at the Titanic. So that's a lot of Air Jordans, $250,000. You think?
Sure, that's land. That's a house.
Exactly.
And you can flip that
So it's not
and
just
get a
this is not us.
business.
Everybody does stupid shit with money, I guess, right?
That was just a waste.
Right. It's a waste of money. $250,000. You can do a lot of things with $250,000 other than get in a submarine and go down and look at an old wreckage of a ship that sunk 120 years ago that you could see on YouTube for free.
Yeah, they should have used some of that money and went to go speak to a psychiatrist to ask them, do they think that was a good idea?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Thank you so much. But I came across this video, and
here we go.
No, it's not one of those videos, Tim.
Okay, I was about to take a sip.
No,
I'm about to say here go Paul with these special videos.
This one touched me because 60 years later, it's Medgar Evers' wife, and he was killed, and it's like he died yesterday.
Yeah, he died in the driveway.
And to hear her talk,
you know why he died? You know why he died, right?
Because of voting.
Thank you. Get y'all ass out there and vote.
Yeah, but what touched me is that 60 years later, she's still as hurt as she was as the day he died in her driveway.
That was the love of her life.
Yeah.
My heart and my memory is so wrapped up in what happened at that time. The anger still. I haven't been able to release it like I had hoped that I would. Because all of that takes me right back to the time when the love of my life, my husband, was shot down dead at our doorstep, June the 12th, 1963. I've been carrying it all of these years. But whenever I see something like the Till story or something else that reminds me of it, wells up and it comes up again. I look at America today and still see so much prejudice and racism. Till at times I throw up my hands and say, this is it. This is the way it's going to be. And then the little voice says, no, that's not true. It will change. My answer is, when? Who else has to give a life, a lives, to get us to realize that that is such a nasty disease in this United States of America? It's so important for all of us to be aware of what happened. being able to take that history and put it into today's events and perhaps understand what's happening today better than they would have had they not had the history of the past, and make decisions. What do I have to give? What should I give? What should I do? I would hope that nothing but positive answers and feelings would come from reviewing all of this.
That's 60 years.
Yeah, I think she's the only one living now.
Wow. Well, true. Oh, yeah, that was deep, man. Thanks for sharing that. Oh, by the way, Dr. King's sister passed away this week.
Yeah, she did. His sister
Yeah,
just
I
passed away.
think she was, what, 83 or something like that. Yeah, she just passed away this week. So, yeah.
Yeah. But I saw that, I'm like, 60 years later, and it's still like it happened
Yesterday.
That was her man. Her man was out there fighting for their rights. Her protector, her children's father, her husband, and he got murdered because he was standing for people's rights. He was standing for people to vote. That's one of the things why my mother, she throws up in my face when it comes down to voting. You know how many people got their ass killed because of voting? You know,
Kevin Lee does that on this show, by the way.
We know.
On a regular basis, man, I bring up that people died so we can go out and push a button and exercise our right. And it's not always going to be the guy or the lady that we want. It's always not going to be a person with our skin color or look like us. So we got to figure out somewhere, somebody, like Dr. Umar, for example, I believe with all my heart, is probably going to vote for a president when in the next election. I think he is conscious enough where he has to go for the level for somebody, right? So even that guy, who as deep as he is, has to make a decision, you know, because he knows too much not to go vote, because he knows how people like Mr. McEggers passed away violently, so his black ass can go vote, right? So he's going to go vote for that reason, I would hope. So we have to make a decision, you know, the lesser of the two evils. We got to figure out which one that is, and then we got to vote for that person.
And I don't think we have a problem with voting. The thing is, are they going to deal with our black issues?
We have to hold them responsible.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
We have to hold them responsible. You got to hold them responsible. And Ice Cube, speaking of Ice Cube, he put out this black agenda, right? And I think we should probably next week read his black agenda on the show.
He did recently. I know he did one.
No, he did the contract for America during the time of the elections a few years ago, right?
I saw that.
And he wanted to talk to both parties. I think the Democrats told him they'd talk to him after, and then Trump and them spoke to him. His own people, everybody went against Ice Cube because he was trying to find out from both parties. I thought that's how you do business. Don't you have to speak to both parties to see who's going to give you the best thing? You know, that's what I thought. So now he went on his podcast. He went on his channel and said he's going on a podcast tour to for the gatekeepers to talk to the gatekeepers or get to the gatekeepers, because you know he got a basketball thing. I think the B23 or something. He's doing a lot for people and athletes and young people and stuff like that. But we hope he can come on our podcast. Hi, Stu, we want you to come. He said he going everywhere.
He
said he don't care who he going to talk to. He wants to talk about it because he said they coming for him. Ever since he tried to put out this contract for America, he said they're coming for him, and it's mostly our people. And that's sad.
Well, next week, I think we should dig into a call, and I'll tell you why on next week's show they're coming for him, Tiff, okay?
Okay.
I don't have enough.
Tune in next week so he can tell us.
Yeah, because I don't have enough. I watched a lot when this first happened. I listened to a lot of urban talk radio, and there were some hosts that I'm familiar with that I know personally that went after him, and I know why they went after him, and a lot of it had to do with the timing and Trump, and we'll get into it. There's not enough time to get into it now, and I want to be correct when I
So
come at
that's
it.
next show.
Let's talk. We can talk about it next segment. When next show we can bring it up. So let's make that next show. Let's talk about his contract. There's some good things in there for sure.
Contract for America. He did it with
I've seen
Dr.
it. I've
Claude
seen the contract.
Anderson.
There's some good things in there.
Yeah,
There's
he
some
did it
questionable
with
things in
Dr.
there.
He
Here's
did it
something you
with
won't be
Dr.
happy with, Tiff. Here's something you won't be happy with. There's not a lot of stuff in there. There's not a lot of stuff in there for black women.
Okay, here we go.
I'm telling you the truth.
Vivica said that too. But first of all, I'm not even trying to hear that. First
But
of all, it's for
truth,
black
sister.
people.
That's why a certain black woman that I listened to on the radio dragged him because she saw the contract and she said there's not and she said there's not a lot of substance in here for black women.
I
She
need to
dragged
look
him on
at
it.
it
That's
because
all. So
why
I
we
mean,
can't deal with black people? Why it has to deal with black men, black women?
so we
Why
just
this
did
can't
we
deal
just
with
did a
black
show just
people?
now. We just did a show just now, Tiff, a whole hour on the disrespect of black women. So we can't change that because all of a sudden we like Ice Cube.
No, I'm not saying that. We're talking about for black Americans. They didn't say for the women, for the what's what. We all need our rights. Because
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm very happy with all the rights that I have right now. You know why? Because we could be in other countries. Women don't have no rights. Men can kill them in broad daylight and nobody will say nothing about it.
Well,
So
Donald
yes,
Trump's
I
judges,
appreciate my rights. Thank
judges
God
made
for
sure
my
you can't go
rights.
get an abortion.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you
There
got
you go,
pregnant,
worried about my vagina and worried
if
about
you
our
get,
vaginas. Leave
I'm
my
not. I'm
vaginas
saying if you get
alone,
pregnant,
Fab.
if you get pregnant by accident, you can't go get an abortion. That's all I'm saying.
Fine, I have the baby.
So
It'll be a beautiful baby too.
Someone on Twitch asking a hypothetical question. We don't get a lot of people from Twitch, but
Hey, welcome.
Hey, Twitch.
Hey, Twitch, what's up?
They're asking if the Republicans agreed to $1 million reparations per black family, but we would have to give up our citizenship. What percentage? What percentage would accept?
I'm not giving up my citizenship. Why would I give up my citizenship and I was born here? My ancestors was here. They can keep that money. You know what they say? All money ain't good money. I don't want no money if I have to give up my citizenship. You out of here. No.
What she said. That's right. I agree with you 100%, Tiff. And you know, and Lincoln, Lincoln wanted to get send all the black people out
he
of
wanted to send
America.
all the
By the
niggas
way,
back.
he wanted to say, thank you, Tiff. He wanted to send all the niggas out. Lincoln had a plan before he was assassinated to send all of our ancestors back out of here, out of this country after the Civil War.
And Frederick Douglass said, no, we built this country.
Exactly.
But I heard too it's also too expensive. That's the only reason he didn't.
Well, no, he was murdered. He was murdered before he was able to carry that out. That's the truth there on that one.
Nobody can't tell me. He looked like he was a mixie breed. He looked like he was a mulatto anyway.
I think he has some Indian in him. I had to do some research.
He had a little niche.
I had to do some research on that. He was a tall dude for that time too, because back in those days there weren't a lot of tall people. Lincoln was like 6'11", something like that. Yeah,
he was a basketball.
He was a tall dude. So yeah, he was 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", something like that. And there weren't a lot of tall people back in those days, so he towered over just about everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta find out his exact height, but he was up there about 6'11", something like that, something crazy. Yeah, 6'9", 6'10". He was a big dude.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in with us for another Sunday. Thank you. We don't take it lightly that you spent an hour and almost 20 minutes with us today. Before we go, Tiffany, anything you learned or you want to share?
Oh, he was 6'4". Okay, so what I learned and I want to tell everyone, please don't believe everything you hear. Use your common sense and put things together Pay attention. People will do anything to stir you the wrong way, to make you look at people a certain type of way, or a situation a certain type of way. Journalists, bloggers, podcasters, please get your information right, okay? Please do not post something if you don't know everything, because that's what they want y'all to do. They want y'all to get down on Black people, come against them, come against your own people just for likes and clicks. Please don't do that. Don't sell. That's how you sell your soul. Everybody thinks, oh, you're selling your soul to them. That's how you sell your soul, when you take your own people down. What Jay-Z said, when the family feud, nobody wins. So we must step up our game in our journalism. The media, y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all need to say the right things and the truth, and stop assassinating people's characters. That hurts. That's horrible. But other than that, everybody keep your head up. It is July, the first week in July. We want y'all to be safe. Take care of yourself. Please do not drink and drive. We have Uber, we have Lyft. Please make sure you call someone to take you home, watch over your children. And to that young man, the Hood family, I send love to. And to the young man that went to the pearly gates, you called for grandma. Grandma came and got you. All right.
Kevin, anything you want to share before we go, or anything you learned?
We're on a sour note, we had 28 people shot in Baltimore the other night. 2 of them passed away.
Was that a Black gathering, or was it?
Yeah, it was a black gathering.
Party. That's
it was a block party.
Cookout.
It was a block party. It was a black gathering, and they believe it was multiple shooters, I should say, that showed up at this block party and opened fire on people. Most people that were shot were under the age of 16. So yeah, a lot of the young lady that passed away was 18. A lot of the shooting victims were under 16, 14, 15-year-olds that were shot at a block party. 28 people.
Sincere condolences.
Yeah. So on coming up on the 4th of July weekend, we didn't get a chance to talk about that. We'll do it the next show. 4th of July, what it means to Black people. But be safe out there. We don't always have to go to block parties, and we don't have to party. We can just stay in the house where it's safe. It's safe right here in the crib. I ain't going to no block parties. I ain't going to no cookouts. I'm staying right here.
Especially with your hood ass friends.
Yes, I have a lot of hood friends. So I'm staying my butt right here. So yeah, that was sad to see that. Once again, Black people shooting Black people. Anyway, it was a great show. I enjoyed being with y'all every Sunday. Y'all are the best.
Me too.
We have an amazing show. We disagree sometimes, but we all on the same page of bringing the heat and bringing the love and bringing solutions. So the Black Baby Show rocks.
You almost made Tiffany take off her earrings, Kev.
I called Kev about you. I was like, Kev, you better call.
She called me this morning, man.
If he don't fix that thing.
I got a call from Tiff at 8:30 in the morning. I thought somebody died. I was like, oh.
I called him early. I'm an early person. I'm sorry.
I was like, somebody died. 8:30 from Tiff. So I was like, let me call her back, find out somebody died on us. I'm done. So yeah, Tiff pissed. She called to tell me that you better call y'all. Take my earrings off. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts too, right? Going, man, get a coffee. She's screaming it. I've been ordering my frozen coffee. She's screaming in the background.
I got you, Tiff. Don't worry.
I love y'all both. Thank you so much, Carl, for choosing me. Thank you so much.
We love having you. The audience loves you. We love having you. Let me thank. We had a bunch of people on today. I want to thank you guys so much. I'm not going to get everyone.
Thank you.
Crystal Jornet, I think I'm saying that correctly. Miss B, these are all on YouTube. Miss B on YouTube. Karen Francis was checking us out. What's up, Karen? On Facebook. Donna Haygood. What's up, Donna? My girl, love you. Norma Staley, Grandma, we love you. Shanira Billups, we had her on the show. You guys remember that? We had a fun.
Yes. Thank you.
Shout out to my sister who's been watching us since we were the 5 Black Comics, man. She don't miss a show.
Shout out to your sister.
My sister Bridget doesn't miss a show.
Shout out to Bridget. Bridget, thank you so much for hanging in there with us and checking us out. every Sunday. And Gina, thank you so much. I'm sorry if I don't get Nicole quote.
That's my sister. Hi, Nikki. Team That's and all y'all.
And tell your sister keep her earrings on.
Tima T, thank you so much.
Yeah, Tima.
Gonna get everyone, but thank everyone so much. We truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate our numbers are slowly moving up. It takes time, hopefully, we'll be hitting big numbers by the end of the year. But big, small, doesn't matter to us. We're going to be here every
touch
Sunday.
Someone.
When y'all watching the fireworks, remember Black people were enslaved.
Yeah.
Enjoy your fireworks.
The 4th of July is for my grandparents. That was their anniversary.
That's another show. Should Black people celebrate the 4th of July?
Amen.
We just do it for cookouts. That's a family affair. We don't care about no 4th of July.
Amen. Peace and love, everybody.
So that song, I'm proud to be an American. We don't sing that. I'm proud to be an American.
No, we don't sing that song.
Was you singing that in Barbados?
No.
Oh.
But you guys are American, so you should be singing it. You guys should
no.
Proud to be an American, because at least
we're proud to be alive.
Yeah, in America.
It's like Black America, white America have two different kinds of patriotism.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Whenever I see a house with an American flag, I always assume that's a white person lived there. I don't see a lot of Black people flying the American flag.
No.
That's another show and another topic.
Yeah, you don't.
We need some color. We need the red, the black, and the gray.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Please like, share, subscribe to our show. Hit the notification bell so you get notified. We are out.
We're definitely.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Because we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, we have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built up the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
And
yeah.